Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I want to welcome you to another episode of Moments of Clarity. And listen, I'm so excited as always to be hanging out with some cool people. I've started a sort of kind of a streaming process where I put together a script and I pull some people together to sort of kind of help me communicate this script sort of kind of to the masses. And this Tuesday we're celebrating the beginning of our third episode, which is happening tomorrow night on this app called Bigo. So I'm just excited to have the cast of Business as Usual in the building. Everybody looks so far away. Let me figure out another way to position y'all. Okay, now, okay, we lost Clayton. We don't have Xavier. Okay, there go X. Okay, there we go. Okay. Clayton, you here with us? So I'm happy we got everybody in the building today. You guys have it's been so much fun working with you guys on this project. So business as usual. The third episode is jumping off on tomorrow night. So I'm gonna go each one of you guys sort of kind of give me your purview of what the audience should expect tomorrow without giving all of the cookies away. So, what should the audience expect on tomorrow night? Dr. Clemens, I'll start with you and then I'll just come down the row and then go to the bottom as well. What do you think the audience can expect? What can the audience expect tomorrow night? Dr. Clemens, you there?
They can expect some clarity,
Okay, clarity.
um, and some understanding, and some
Oh,
intrigue. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I like all of that. I like all of that. Chase, you've been a part of all three episodes. So, what can the audience, Dr. Clemens, mute yourself. What can the audience expect on tomorrow night from your point of view?
Definitely some rawness, better understanding of, what's really happening and the substance of, the show, and some fun, some comedy, some
Hey,
fun. So
hey, listen, as long as fun is on the menu, I'll pull up every time. Thank you, Shot Chase. And Shot Chase is playing Michelle in the show, and Dr. Clemens is playing. Oh, well, Latisse is playing Dr. Clemens in the show. So listen, great vibes. It's always a great time. This particular show has been pretty interesting, and a lot of people have been gravitating to this whole idea of business as usual on the app. So that's cool. That's dope as ever. So, thank you, Shot Chase. So stats, from your point of view, you play Alex in the show. What can the audience sort of kind of expect tomorrow night?
The audience can expect like some like craziness, some laughter, some shock value, and just a lot of information that everybody's been waiting for.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. For new information, let's go. All right. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Stats. Okay, Marquise, from your point of view, this is your second episode. This is the second time you've been in, or this is your second time around. So you debuted this episode 2. Now you're in episode 3. So from looking at the story now from a let's say an eagle's eye point of view, what can the audience sort of kind of expect on tomorrow?
Everything that you guys did not get from the first two episodes, you guys can pretty much expect to have as Dr. Clemens said, that clarity. Like it's all gonna make sense. Like
Oh wow!
it's
All right
like
for
comes together.
Okay, all right for making for somebody's feel like we it's a good pot of gumbo. When you bring it all together, you don't eat like the okra by itself. I like okra fried, but you put it together with some tomatoes and some andouille sausage and some chicken and yeah, y'all hungry. Y'all ready to eat right now. I see it on your face. So I get it. I understand all of that. So Sean, Big Sean also got introduced in the second episode. What can people expect from your character, from Sean? In this episode? Is Sean still the same person or is Sean evolving? What do you see your character sort of kind of being in this episode? Unmute yourself, Sean.
Well, definitely some evolving, yes. You get to see more of the sensitive side of Sean this episode, what really triggers within the conversations within the guys.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different, it's a lot of evolving.
That's what's up. That is dope. Okay, Imani, pull up. What can people expect from your point of view for tomorrow, especially as it relates to who Imani is to the story?
Well, they could definitely expect Imani to open up a little bit more, a little bit more backstory on, where she come from, what her beliefs are, as well as getting closer to a couple of the characters, getting to know people.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Okay, Imani in the building. All right, Clayton. Are you there? Clayton is new to the cast. He's playing Dr. Johnson, who is also helping Dr. Clemens sort some things out in this episode. So, Clayton, if you're there, unmute yourself. If not, no worries. Um, I got a ram in the bush in the name of Xavier. that is already always. So I'll come back to Clayton, but Xavier. So your character is in the second episode, pretty much up to some of his old shenanigans. What can the audience expect from Xavier this episode?
Y'all better get y'all popcorn ready. Yeah. What he's gonna always be chill. He's clear. Xavier, he know what he want. He know what he going after. And he gonna bullshit his way through it and handle business along the way. It's always business as usual over here.
Hey.
So we turns up, baby. Get ready to have some fun. We lit.
Hey, that's what's up. So Xavier is getting ready to turn up per the usual. So if you saw the first episode of Business as Usual, which was Xavier, Sean, sort of kind of their debut to the show, I think both of them made equal impacts to the foolishness and the comedy that was in the scene with the fellas. So that was dope. So welcome Sharon, Miss Extra, to the building. Listen, Miss Extra, your character Sharon is married to Alex in this particular, well, in this show. What can people expect from Sharon, sort of kind of in this episode? And do you feel like she's come full circle, or you feel like she's the same person?
She is not the same person this episode. She kind of chilled this episode. You won't get too much out of Sharon, just a little TT. But yeah, she not turned up and loud and all that this episode. She kind of chill.
But so why do you think that is? You think Sharon is trying to figure out her life, trying to figure out what's happening with their situation, or you think she just chill because
she's trying to figure everything out, and she's gonna turn y'all up a little bit as well too, just a little bit.
Hey, come on, Sharon, pull up with the turn ups. Hey, that's what it's all about. So all these characters are so unique to this whole process of Business as Usual. It's a pretty cool process, pretty cool show, and all of these. Everybody in the show, everybody on the panel are hosts on this app called Bigo, and that's how most of us met anyway. And from there, I had this idea of, because I'm a writer, and some of you have come to some plays and some film projects that I've worked on, and so I had a writer's bug, and I wanted to write something, and I wanted to try to connect it so that it was relevant to where we are in society as it relates to the pandemic. And so all that stuff was pretty instrumental in me writing the show the way I wrote it. And I just appreciate all of you guys for stepping up to the plate to make this thing a reality. It's been a lot of fun working with you guys, and I'm excited. So Shy, because I feel like Dr. Clemens playing Frozen on me. Dr. Clemens, are you there? Are you playing Frozen?
No, I'm here.
Okay. So with that being said, do you feel like as your own personality, how do you relate to Dr. Clemens? Are y'all two different, extremely different people, or you be like, yeah, that's sort of kind of me in the pocket? I know we talked about this before, but I want, as Dr. Clemens is sort of kind of evolved, and now in this episode, she is bringing somebody else into the mix. And so what does that say about who Dr. Clemens is as a professional?
Oh, that's how it goes. It actually goes that way. I mean, because I like the fact that she's bringing somebody else in to come with a more of a male perspective, because sometimes men can't take any authority women figures. So it just makes sense. And Dr. Clemens she's a lot like me. I've always been that person that's like her. That I'm like the person that people come to for advice, but then I'm nurturing, I'm caring, I'm compassionate, And I want to see everybody win. And I feel like that's
Hey,
how Dr. Clemens is.
yeah, that's true. That's definitely who she is. Cheychase. So your character is Michelle. Thank you, Dr. Clemens.
Mhm.
Cheychase, your character is Michelle in the show. How do you feel like Shy has evolved? Not Shy, but Michelle has evolved. And do you feel like you relate to who Michelle is becoming, or is it sort of kind of far fetched from who you are in reality? Shy, you there? I said, okay. Well, stats. This Shy's playing for us. Then we come to you. So, stats. You play Alex in the show, and Alex has come. He's obviously because the star of the show. He and Sharon. So Alex has come a long ways. So from being who Alex was when you first introduced to Alex, and to who he's become, do you feel like he's evolved? And if he's evolved, do you feel like you relate to him at all, or he's still that dude that you just put on for the show?
I think Alex is sort of like me in its in some aspects of his life. I mean, he's being more outspoken. He's like reaching out to people. He's getting advice from people, which I do in my life too. It's like he's tried to like talk to Sharon, trying to figure out things, what's going on, but it's not working. So I mean, he's evolving as a person, as letting other people in. Like, I mean, during these counseling sessions, he doesn't enjoy them as much, and now he has somebody else come in. He's just opening up more so about everything. He's not keeping everything concealed. So yeah, I can see that.
Hey, that's what's up, and that's what it's all about. Finding some relatability with these characters. So, Marquise, um, so your character is your character is Marquise, but your name is Nail. Nail B actually in the first episode that he was in, which was episode 2, actually was just a ball of just crazy energy, just nonstop foolishness. This episode, I feel like the character is on a chill, but he's sort of kind of still there, sort of kind of being an advisor, being on the advisory board and keeping people checked in that regard. So, is that who you are as a personality? Somebody that's always giving advice, or you like, I don't care. I'm just doing me. I got enough interest just for my stuff. What type? So, do you relate to Marquise as a person in both these episodes?
I do. I catch myself giving advice even when like advice is not even needed, if that makes sense. And besides that, I can be like the life of the party. And yeah, Marquise is like extremely chilled in this episode than he was in the first one. But you know, I kind of vibe off of it's a time and place for everything. So I think that this is his time just to kind of scale back just a little bit. And
I think that's dope. I mean, so he's sort of kind of scaling back, but I think he's also giving some great advice to these ladies where they may need it at. And I
oh
think
yeah,
he's definitely bringing some interesting perspectives to the situation too. So that's what's up. Sharon, Miss Extra in the building. So Miss Extra, so Sharon definitely is, in my opinion, evolving in a lot of ways. So she admits that the counseling sessions are helping her. So do you feel like you relate to where Sharon is, where she's been, and do you feel that she's evolving, or you feel like she's in her feelings and just need to go somewhere and sit down?
I can relate to Sharon a little bit. Sharon gets a little turned up, and I believe like it's a way of her guarding her feelings and how she feels. But then in the same sense, I feel like this episode she's turned down for a reason because she's in her feelings and she don't have too much more to give. I've been there before as well, so I can relate a lot to Sharon.
Hey, that's what's up, Sharon. You better represent. All right, so welcome to the live, Sean. I think I asked you this question already. I know you said how much you relate to Sean in real life, just because of some of your life experiences. Do you feel like where because I've sort of can give you some insight as to where the character could potentially go. Do you feel like you'll still have that relatability to Sean as Sean evolves and has to deal with self stuff and relationships and those types of things? Do you feel like you'll still have that relatability to Sean? Mute yourself though, so we can hear you.
Of course, yeah.
And what and why do you feel like you'll still have this relatability to Sean? What is it about Sean that relates to you more as a person?
Not only that he relates to me, because he's a very observant person. He watches everything around him. That's one thing that I do. He has this, what I feel, a soft side to him that, you know, people are going to start seeing later on, hopefully. I think that's where I relate most, because I have been through a lot of those things. So I can give the foresight that the character needs for that.
Oh no, I get it. That makes perfect sense to me. I like all of that. Yeah. So cheychase. So do in this episode uh do you feel like where Michelle could potentially go? Do you feel like that you'll still have the same relatability to this character as she's evolved? In episode 2, we all know that Alex is trying to hook you up with one of the fellas. It could be Sean, but then also Craig put his bid in. He's trying to get in there and turn up as well. So with all those potential elements, do you feel like you still have a level of relatability to share? I mean, to Michelle. Check. I don't see you. Oh, there you go.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, Michelle don't tolerate no mess, and that's me all the way.
Got
So,
you. I got you. I got you. Here's what I wanted to get to. Listen, Xavier. So now I wrote this character and wrote most of these scenes without even knowing that some of this stuff sort of kind of related to you. Do you still feel that even where Xavier is, where his ideals are, because in my opinion, Xavier is like a sage. He's like a hood sage, and if people want to get clear, all I get everything he says could be a little bit way out there, but if people really want clarity, they'll stop and be like, "Wait a minute, what did you just say? Wait." And so, do you feel like that's you in real life? Are you that person that has the sound advice that I know you quick? I know you quick. So, but,
Come
so
on, baby.
are you that person to all your friends that like I'm the sage. I got some real for you if you're ready for it.
Yeah, I would prefer if they do not talk to me about certain stuff, if they don't want the real. But then that hurts my feelings if they don't talk to me about it. It only hurts my feelings because, damn, you need the real. You need to hear it. At least I'm going to protect you. I ain't say I'm going to give you the real and I ain't going to damn help you out or help you to get there. No, Xavier is a lot like, it's easy, to do Xavier when I read his lines, because it's shit. He say shit that how y'all say it's wild to me. I'm like, that's how I talk on the regular. So it be feeling like cool to me. It's just he is, yeah, I love Xavier. I could play Xavier all day. Xavier is literally me, from the way he's making his moves with Lisa to being all about his bread and staying focused and keeping his head in the game. That's always me. As much as I cut up and all that shit, I'm focused. Even when people think I ain't.
Yeah. I think that's dope, man. I think that's dope. So I mean, this show definitely is about relationships. It's about a married relationship, but then there are some single people that got relationships and they're trying to work through their stuff as well. Is any of the content in this story relatable to you, or has it shined some light on like, oh, I never thought about that like that? That's what I want to know. Or you like, hey, no, it was just, it could be just, no, it's just fun. I mean, it's just fun to do. But I just want to know, am I striking any nerves? Just sort of kind of how people deal with relationships. Do you feel like that people believe that this is actually happening? I know that they are. But do you feel like that we are tackling some subjects that people are maybe even scared to talk about? I'll start with you. I'll start with you, Stats.
Yeah, I mean, we're going through things that people do deal with through like trying to trust one another, going through COVID together, and just trying to be in the same household without like attacking each other. It's just the story really sheds light on how strong two people can be in a relationship and how far they're willing to take it to be sane and to be, stay together because they have a company together and everything. It just, yeah, it's it's a story that really digs deep down in society and shows that if you really truly love someone and you're willing to fight for someone, you'll do anything mean necessary to stay with that person. As we can see in the show, it's something that everybody deals with, and it's cool to see this on a platform that everybody can watch and enjoy.
Hey, that's what's up. So I'm gonna go right to Sharon since this is your counter in the show. So Sharon, now you feel like we dealing with real stuff that people can relate to, or you feel like it's sort of kind of far fetched?
I think we're doing things that people don't like to talk about. As far as counseling, as far as like some of the issues that they have, a lot of people don't like to talk about it on the forefront that this is what's going on in their relationship. You get some people who don't believe in counseling. So I think that's one of the things that we're doing.
Hey, cheychase, give me your thoughts.
I definitely think each character provides a story that is relatable to anybody, especially now going through this pandemic and having to stay in one place with who you're married to, or whatever problems you have, and actually think about them. And then each character gives off a different perspective. They're all relatable, they all make sense to somebody, so definitely.
Hey, what do you think? Check. Unmute yourself.
It's definitely one of those things where it's like, when something comes out and people say, damn, I don't know if I fit with that person. This is one of those things where, it's definitely relatable all around the board, only because it's like what we live in right now. And like Sharon said, people don't like to talk about certain stuff, but it's like with this, people ain't got no choice but to talk about it. Shit, they want to talk about it to anybody right now. They just want to get out the house. But don't get out the house. Go download Big O right now so y'all come see this play.
Come on, download Big O. Imani, welcome to the live. So, how do you feel like you relate to Imani? But then also tell me, do you feel like this story is relatable? Do you think the audience will relate to what's happening in the story? And tell me why.
Okay. I feel like I relate to Imani in some points. There's some points where I don't relate and I have to get into character. But the points where, what she prefers and how she has like her little snapback moments when somebody's coming for her is
Okay,
definitely
Marquise.
relatable. Right. I think that this series is certainly relatable. I think it's very helpful because it puts a lot of topics on the table for discussion that could be helping people, on their daily. And that's what we need right now is like a lot of entertainment where it's actually relatable to our everyday so we can make sense out of it. So I appreciate the storyline.
Hey, what say you, Mr. Sean? Do you feel like the story is relatable to our audience?
Yeah, it is relatable to across the board. Like everybody has said, like all these stories, everybody has gone through it. It's actually, in my opinion, it's going to help them be able to conquer them instead of dwelling with them. So,
Hey, that's facts. Hey, that's what's up. So, Nail B, you play an interesting character in the show. Marquise is extremely extra. I feel like he's the counter. Really, I wouldn't say the opposite. He's actually just like Sharon in a lot of ways, just extra for no reason. And so, do you feel like a character like Marquise is relatable to where we are in current times? And if so, why?
A character that's like Marquise is definitely relatable at this present time. For one, Marquise don't have no other choice but to be, Marquise. It's been a year that we've been shut down. We're in a pandemic, and I can't sugarcoat anything else, that's going on. Also, too, if y'all have not tried virtual dating, it's really not that bad. But that's just something that we have to go through. It's given that. It's definitely given it. We are it definitely this story definitely relates to now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Dr. Clemens, tell me how you feel like the story relates to where we are currently. Dr. Clemens, are you there?
Yes, it absolutely relates to where we are now. The virtual dating, absolutely. Underneath the humor, you're giving them some hard, concrete facts to look at that perhaps could be in a multitude of different types of relationships. I think it's very relevant.
Okay, that's
And I
what's up.
think by watching the play, perhaps you might see some things that you might be lacking and get some kind of key information to maybe self-check yourself.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think there are definitely a lot of self-checking moments in the show. If you open to that, you know what I'm saying? And I think so again, when I'm writing to entertain you, so I definitely want to make you laugh. I didn't realize how much I do, but I do write for shock value. I do try to write stuff. They'd be like, oh no, they didn't, or no, he didn't say that, or whatever, shock value. But then I want to inspire you, but I want to educate you as well. And so if you're open to illuminating perhaps some ignorances that you may have, in your life, and we all do have some levels of ignorance in our life. If you're open to getting some of those things clear, I like the word that you all said earlier that there's clarity in the show, and that was intentionally by design, to make sure that we had a show that the characters were well rounded. They wasn't just one trick ponies. And so, like, one day you may see a character like Sharon turning up, and another day she may not be turning up as much. That doesn't mean that she don't have that turn up in her. It just means she's there's a lot she has to process. I mean, life is happening to these main characters heavily. Life is happening to Alex. Life is happening to Sharon. But life is happening to all these characters, and so as we keep this story moving, we'll start seeing, oh man, life is happening to these people. So I mean, you give yourself, I mean, everybody ain't turned up all day every day. It don't happen that way. It's not real life. And so I definitely didn't want to write characters that was just one dimensional. Just here come this. They're gonna be turned up, So that's not a reality. Hold on one second. So, Stats, what do you think about that whole idea of being relatable?
The idea of being what?
Of being relatable, how important that is to a story like this to be relatable. I'm sorry, somebody in my house we just found out probably can't cook, and nevertheless, we back, we back, y'all. Anyway, we still got the house, y'all. So how and why is it important to be relatable? Why is that important? Do you feel like this story sort of kind of does that?
I think it's going to be relatable because people can see themselves in a situation, or people can add their input. They can share with other people. They can just have a big discussion about it without, being too personal, I guess, because it's already out there. They can just talk about it, even if it is personal to them and relatable. They don't have to put their own spin on it. They can just go off of what they see, and they can have these deep discussions with other people about certain things. And it gets people talking. It gets people more open. It gets people to be aware of their surroundings and their situations that they're in their day-to-day life.
I mean, yeah, that's what's up. I think that's facts. I think we all I think everybody's looking for insight, and I feel like that doing stuff like this is a great medium because you get to entertain, make people laugh, but while at the same time you can throw something that makes a person think like, whoa, I never thought about that like that. And so this whole platform, doing it on this platform is just really, really fun for that part alone, to be able to communicate several different things at the same time. I can, make you laugh while at the same time maybe drop something on you and be like, wait a minute. And it really is strategic in a lot of ways because the comedy really is designed to relax you as a viewer. So you're like, oh, okay, I can enjoy this. And so it is making the soil soft to receive whatever seed of information that a person needs to perhaps maybe evolve. Sharon, I know you may have to go like Check and Sean. I get it, I understand. So yeah, go ahead to your event if you have to go. But this is a really, really cool show, and I appreciate you guys definitely for being a part of it. This is great. This has been fun. It's been a great ride. I've enjoyed working with you guys on this particular project, and this is the third episode that we're going to be doing tomorrow. So we're going to wrap up our podcast, but we are going to have a rehearsal on 6:00 p.m., which is like in 23 minutes on the app. So definitely come through and let me try to work you guys through this box. And I know we got to work on a trick between Michelle and Marquise. We got to get that little trick right. But it's gonna be dope. I'm excited. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am having throughout this process. Only you all can tell me. So I'll start with you, cheychase, since you're in the top box. Are you enjoying this process, or is it annoying? However it's okay either way. So are you enjoying the process, Shy? Shy, you playing Frozen? She's playing Frozen. Marquise, how are you enjoying this process? Is it fun for you? Is it helping you to become a better thespian? How is it?
It's actually I am becoming a lot better. It's actually giving me something to do. Definitely fun.
It's
Um,
different.
Shy, I can't see you. Go ahead and say it again. Go ahead, Marquise. I'm sorry.
It's not froze for me. We are. No, but yeah, it's actually giving me something to do. Quick story. I was actually going to switch over to the other side of VO, but then I was like, you know what? I ain't even got to play myself like that. Like, I could still do something positive on the app and have like very good feedback from it. And I definitely appreciate you for this opportunity because I didn't go left field. Like I'm still here. I'm still level here.
That's what's up. So same question for you, Stats.
The question is,
why are you laughing?
I don't even know. What's the question?
No, the question is, how has this process been for you? Have you had fun with this process, or has it been stressful? Has it been annoying? Whatever. Either way, it works for me.
The process has been fun. Yeah, for the most part. Well, my personal issues about my life coming into this, like, threw me off a little bit for like this episode. But other than that, it's been good. I mean, I just love my weekends. We have to come rehearse. It's kind of like annoying at times, but I'm kidding. I want to live my life on the weekends. I work Monday through Friday. I just want to relax. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Ooh, can't wait. But other than that, no, it's really fun. I really enjoy this. I enjoy like be able to act and just have fun with everyone because COVID happened. I have to slow that down in my life. I used to go out and do stuff like on sets and stuff, but now I have to do it online. But I'm grateful for doing it online at least. At least it's not like cold turkey. I have to stop everything. So this is pretty
Right.
fun. I enjoy it. So thank you, Gentry. Thank you, everyone
Hey,
else.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Imani, so how's this process been for you? Has it been fun? Do you feel like that has it helped you as a personality, whatever? So tell me what your experience during this process.
This process is pretty interesting. I mean, it's been pretty fun. It's definitely outside of my normal comfort zone. So I appreciate the opportunity to expand. It's almost like the way Imani's character is growing in this series is the way that I am growing into her, into this character, and as well as into my life. It's funny, some rehearsals that we do, the content actually relate to some parts of my life, especially some of the things that I'm saying. And it's like interesting. It's like I'm in a movie,
Yeah, that's dope.
But other than that, I enjoy this process. It's different, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I like working with my other castmates and stuff. Everybody has their own flair and swag and their own energy, and I appreciate the opportunity. I like it.
Hey, that's what's up. Dr. Clemens, how has this process been for you? Have you enjoyed it? Have you learned something about yourself in this process? And yeah, how has it been for you?
I've actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. Um, Only thing is, I'm not used to being up front speaking a lot. I'm usually singing, so I'm more comfortable that way. But this has been interesting. I've enjoyed it fully. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
Hey, and I think that's what it's all about. I think ultimately, at the end of the day, I think these characters, I think everybody's seen their character evolve, and I think that's definitely been intentional on my part to make sure that these characters are again aren't just one dimensional, and so I appreciate you guys, taking these stabs at it and making these characters because again, I'm just writing words on paper. You all have to give these characters life. You have to give these characters personality. And even though I can coach you through some of that emoting, you still have to yield and submit to the process. So I appreciate everybody submitting to these processes. Out of all the characters up here, which one would have the furthest reach? For instance, I had to do extra stuff to get into my character. So, Dr. Clemens, did you have to do a lot? Marquise, whoever raised their hand first, that's who I go to. If you had to do a lot just to get into your character, I want to hear about what that was.
Oh my God. So the first episode was like really, really easy. But for rehearsal these past 2 nights, it's been a struggle. I text Gentry. This was last night, and I was like, oh my God, the spirit of Moses had fell upon me, and I had to pray that off of me because I was in rehearsal literally I had to calm down. And if you guys had seen behind it, I could not get my words out last night. It was a struggle, and it was like that for Sunday night too. And I was like, what's going on? So yeah, this was a press. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, I'm not gonna get all deep and spiritual, y'all. But yeah, I really felt Moses last night.
So listen, so Moses, you just need that's all you just need an Aaron. That's all you need an Aaron. Somebody's gonna help you translate. And when you can't have the words to say, Aaron steps up and do what he has to do. So yeah, it's
something.
What you say?
I need to stretch out that rod or something. It was bad.
Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, I can't with that. It's too much. So stats. Do you feel like you had to do a stretch to jump into the role of Keith, or no? That's what kind of was always in your wheelhouse. I'm sorry for Alex. I say Keith, but Alex.
For Alex, not as much. No, No.
But initially, you thought you did have to.
Oh yeah, at the start, yeah, because the person I was playing was Keith. He was like super fun, outgoing, and a joker, which I am. I joke around and have fun at the same time. Keith is more laid back and serious, which I could be at times, but I like going back and forth on both of those, serious and joker. So I mean, to be more serious and more upfront was like different, but was still fun. I mean, playing Alex is really fun. I enjoy it because he has different dimensions of himself. Like he has fun, he enjoys his friends, but when he goes with his wife, he gets super serious and he just seems like he just hates life, but he really doesn't hate it. He just over it. He just wants things to work. He just tired of all the arguing. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I think that's the reason why I think it's relatable because I on my very very first podcast, I said that during this is right at the beginning. It's actually almost like a year ago, almost a date when I did my first podcast. But I was saying that the world had changed and there were several things that were going to happen right up and through here that either people were going to people in relationships were going to extremely fall in love with each other or they're going to extremely fall out of love with each other. And because the tension of being obviously in the same space with someone, obviously that you may have avoided some issues with, and now you're stuck. Like you gotta face each other, you gotta deal. And depending on where you are emotionally, you may be ready to deal, and you may not be ready to deal. And I think that is sort of kind of the waltz that a lot of couples are like, I ain't ready to deal with that right now, and all this. But then you may have one that's ready to deal, and I'm here for it. I'm like, I ain't ready. And so I still feel and sense that tension, and it don't matter how people try to portray their best life on social media. Um, we know the truth. You know what I'm saying? And you could just, yeah. If you're empathic, you can just see, like, man, I know you guys are struggling. I see you guys are struggling, and it's okay. It's a natural thing. No two people are alike, but I think the beautiful thing in any type of relationship is learning how to waltz. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to dance with that person, learning how to connect on levels that what I'm saying that both parties need in order to want to elevate because as both of you are elevating, I love what Dr. Clemens is saying in this episode. She says to Sharon that in order to heal your relationship, it's key. There's a key way to heal any relationship that you're in, and the key thing to doing that is healing you first. Oftentimes, people try to fix the other person. I'm gonna fix them. Wrong focus. If you can tend to you, and become the best version of you that's possible, that is the direct way that you handle and heal your relationships. It really is. Everything starts with you. I have a t-shirt that says the world don't change without you. That means as you change, your personal view of the world changes, which means that you now are you are conduit now. You can provoke change because you see the world differently now. And so it is true for every character that's represented in this story, the world don't change without them individually. And so it's important that that they evolve. And so I wrote that with that level of intention. So it's good to see that you all caught that as well, that these characters are evolving and not just being the same old uh, people every episode that you see them, because that's not real life. None of us are the same. You may wake up a day and don't even feel like it. And be like, okay, pull up. You're gonna get cussed today. And that's real. That's raw emotion. There are a lot of people that are criticizing Kirk Franklin right now, or because he lashed out at his son. I feel like there's no room for criticizing at all. At the end of the day, those frustrations are real. That's what we get for being human. And then we have people in our life that are constantly trying to torment us. Hey, man, because I feel like some of that was malicious that his son was doing, and so yeah, he was just taunting him. And listen, that's the weird thing about family. They know all your buttons. And so as you change I'm telling you, as you change as you tend to, as you heal some of those buttons that they used can push that can make you flip out, you be like, I got a handle on that now, boo boo. I got a handle on it. Yeah, yep. You thought I was gonna go there, didn't you? I'm not going there no more. I've dealt with me. I've healed myself in those areas. Every time that we flip out, every time we snap off, it just means that there's an area of trauma in our life that we haven't dealt with. Because whatever that thing is can get a rise out of you. And so you have to tend to you and heal yourself to a point that it don't get a rise out of me, or you stop it before it gets there. So yeah, so I have nothing negative to say about Kirk. He's my hero for standing flat foot and letting his son have it. One, the dude 33 years old. So listen, if y'all know what's going on, what happened with that, chime in, because dude 33 now. This is, and I know a lot of it is manipulating. The boy is, sort of kind of upset at the fact that Kirk, and this, he says that Kirk didn't do for him like he did for his other kids and all this. But I mean, he's 33. I mean, yikes. Yikes. Come on, yo. When you gonna go out of some of that? And so, hey man. So Dr. Clemens, I know you heard about a lot of that drama. What say you?
Of course. Oh, of course. You know what? As a parent, sometimes you got to cuss. You just got to let them have it. And especially you grown. Don't play me like that. I will snap your neck. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because at the end of the day, I'm still your parent and you're going to respect me. In order for me to respect you, you got to give it to get it. That's just real. Because I know I've said things to my parents and I had to pay the cost. It's just part of life. Apparently for him, it's way later than it should have happened. That's why he got a problem.
But I think that's interesting how people can't see another person's humanity. I really do hate that about religious people, because they are quick to judge you without, like, hey, that's a human moment. They don't consider themselves at all. Because like we've seen this happen, like with Creflo Dollar and his kids. We've seen some public displays of frustration and anger with between parent and child. And people always like to say, well, he should have known. He should have. Man, oh hell, that's foolishness to me. That's foolishness.
What
because
you doing at home in your kitchen?
That's all I'm saying. And I'm telling you, it's the truth. The only thing is that Kirk's stuff was recorded, because I promise you, if we recorded some of y'all stuff out there in the streets, you said worse to your children. So, cheychase, we were talking about the Kirk Franklin incident with his son really quick, and I know you've heard some of it, right? Yeah. So, I would say I don't have no issues with Kirk. I respect him wholeheartedly. At the end of the day, I'm big on respect, and I try to teach people all the time. There's a king in me, and there's a fool. Just address the fool. He gonna speak back. He gonna speak right back. But if you talk right, you speak to the king, he's gonna always be gracious. He's gonna bless you. But both of them are equally present, and people don't realize that. All of us have levels in our life of trauma. There's certain levels of disrespect that I can't take as a man. And people say, "Oh, you snap for good reason. Don't be disrespectful." And I feel like that's a lesson that people need to learn, just in general. Just be respectful, from cheering to law enforcement. Just be freaking respectful, and the world will be better. So, what say you on the subject?
I feel like he's human. People have breaking points. People have boundaries, and yeah, I mean, as long as he can get back to his king state, I would call it, then let him have his moment. Oh my god! But yeah.
So, Stats, what say you on the subject? I think you may be a fan of Kirk Franklin. So, what say you on the subject? About him? So he snapped off on his son. Do you think he was right for doing it, or you feel like he shouldn't have did it? Just give me your your point of view as it relates to the subject. I'm laughing for a whole other reason, y'all.
Relates to the subject. I mean, that's your son, so you can do whatever you want to do. Truthfully, nobody's not going to tell you anything different.
What?
I don't understand what we're talking about. What are we talking about? I don't understand. Man, I'm just trying to go with it. I was so confused the whole time. I didn't hear anything about this.
Oh, you haven't heard anything?
No. That's how
Oh, no, just say, oh, no, I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm like, okay.
Oh my
Please
God,
don't
you don't
take
have to
me.
make it up. You don't have to make it up. Yeah, this is not a single, this is extra. You don't have to make it up. Just yeah, it's right there. It's right there in the pocket. You know, you don't know. But no, so that's it. So we're sort of kind of out of time, but I just wanted to make sure that I chimed in on that particular subject. One, that the world is better once we obviously tend to ourselves. That makes every relationship work. So I definitely love what Dr. Clemens says in this episode, that you really do. You heal every relationship in your life, not just your significant other, but you heal your relationship with your parents, if that's toe off. You heal your relationships with your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, if that's toe off. If you heal all these relationships by tending to you, by healing you, by tending to your ish, and as you tend to your ish, you see the world differently, and then obviously you you have more grace for people. And that's what we all need. We all need more space for grace to grow. And as you can see people differently, um, as you can see the world clearer than other people, then you can have grace for the grace on them, because we've all been there. We've all been there where we've sort of kind of been walking in darkness or whatever, and not seeing the world clear as we should have been. But that's what life, that's what experience does. It's the best teacher, and it teaches you those life lessons to help make you a better version of yourself. So that's the moments of clarity for the day. Hey, this has been great. So tomorrow night, this cast and I, we're going live on Big O with the third episode of Business as Usual. It's always a vibe. So follow your boy Gentray, follow Dr. Clemens, follow Marquise, follow cheychase, also follow Imani and Stats, and follow everybody on the panel. And that way you can, if you're following us, you can just hit us up and like, hey, how can I see it? And either one of us can send you a link that you can come right to the live and you can watch it as well. It'll be easier if you download the app, but if not, you can definitely still watch it from your laptop or your tablet. This has been a great episode of Moments of Clarity. Listen, stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, guys, we'll see you next week. But most importantly, stay clear. We'll see you next time. All right, see you later. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.